British couple jailed in Iran on espionage charges have lost an appeal against their 10-year sentence. According to their family, Lindsay and Craig Foreman were arrested in January 2025 while passing through Iran on a round-the-world motorcycle trip. Canada has formally requested a renewal of the North American Free Trade Agreement with the US and Mexico as the July deadline to renegotiate the pact looms. In Tuesday's notice of renewal, Canada-US Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc requested that the deal be renewed for another 16 years, calling the agreement highly beneficial to all three countries. When I reach out to the self-proclaimed open-source baddie CC for an interview, I'm pretty sure she's emailing me back from a pink mermaid purse. She tells me about her seashell cyberdeck. It's a Tamagotchi. It's also an e-reader. It's networked to my vault and my servers, so it has access to all of my server data, which has all my PDFs and books and notes and everything. It's also connected to my local AI setup at home.
Password manager maker Dashlane says hackers have obtained at least a dozen encrypted vaults used for storing customer passwords during a weekend cyber attack. The company said on its website that hackers brute forced the company's two-factor authentication system, granting the hackers access to about 20 customer accounts. By defeating its two-factor mechanism, hackers were able to download a copy of certain customers' encrypted vaults which store their passwords and other sensitive credentials.
Board, the 3-year-old New York-based startup building what it calls Together Tech. Tech designed to bring people physically into the same room has closed a $20 million Series A led by Union Square Ventures. General partner Michael Mignano, in his first investment since joining USV, will join the company's board of directors. The round also brought in some famous angel investors, including Biz Stone, Tim Ferriss, and Scott Belsky.
OpenAI is getting serious about courting enterprise users. On Tuesday, the AI Lab released a new set of capabilities for Codex, meant to expand the agentic tools users in the workplace. Together with the new tools, the company released an internal report on how Codex is being used for knowledge work, finding its uses go far beyond software engineering.
WhatsApp is developing a new scam alert feature that will warn users when a message from an unknown contact appears to be suspicious. The feature was found in WhatsApp beta for Android 2.26.22.2 and is still under development. The feature is designed to work entirely on the user's device, meaning WhatsApp will not send message content to external servers for analysis. This keeps the feature compatible with end-to-end encryption. Baseus has launched the Bowie MC2 globally, adding a new pair of clip-on open-ear earbuds to its audio lineup. The earbuds focus on long-term comfort, high-resolution wireless audio AI features, and extended battery life. The Bowie MC2 uses a flexible memory titanium alloy C bridge design. Each earbud weighs 5.1 grams, making the pair lightweight for extended use.
ASUS has announced the ROG Strix OLED XG259QWPG Ace, a 24.5-inch gaming monitor built for competitive esports players. The monitor uses a native 1080p OLED panel with a 540Hz refresh rate, giving players a tournament-standard screen size without relying on software cropping or downscaling. The 24.5-inch size targets players of competitive games such as Counter-Strike 2 and Valorant, where many professionals prefer a smaller screen that stays within their peripheral vision.
Microsoft is cancelling most direct Claude Code licenses inside its Experiences and Devices division and moving engineers toward GitHub Copilot CLI by the end of June. The affected group works across major Microsoft products, including Windows, Microsoft 365, Outlook, Teams, and Surface. The shift comes about 6 months after Microsoft opened access to Anthropic's Claude Code for thousands of employees. The tool became popular among engineers and also helped some designers and project managers work with code for the first time.
Islamabad. Alima Khan, sister of incarcerated former Premier Imran Khan, on Tuesday said that the only acceptable deal would be the restoration of an independent judiciary and the holding of free and fair elections in the country, as authorities once again denied her a meeting with her brother. Speaking to the media outside Adiala jail, Alima said it was their constitutional right to meet Imran. She vowed to continue visiting Adiala, saying it was the only way to exert pressure on the powers that be. Washington, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Tuesday told lawmakers that Iran had agreed to begin limited negotiations over its nuclear program, marking what he described as a tentative but meaningful shift in Tehran's posture as the United States-led conflict continues to destabilize the Middle East. Rubio said that Iran had also indicated interest in discussing parts of its nuclear program that it had previously refused to engage on, but he cautioned that this did not ensure the negotiations would produce a deal to end the US-Israeli conflict with Iran.
A Donald Trump supporting influencer and PR executive has admitted to assaulting a woman by pulling her hair at a London Underground station. Melissa Ryan Lively was reported by the woman over the incident at Bond Street Station on the evening of the 11th October.
British police faced a backlash on Tuesday over the case of an 18-year-old student who was handcuffed as he lay dying from stab wounds after his killer falsely alleged a racist attack. Henry Nawak died after the knife attack in the southern England city of Southampton in December last year. His murderer, Vikram Digwa, a 23-year-old Sikh man, was sentenced to life in prison on Monday, having lied to police at the time that a Nawak had assaulted him.
Nepal's Prime Minister Balendra Shah has reignited a border dispute with India after claiming in Parliament that Nepal has also encroached on Indian territory, a departure from Nepal's usual stance, which has largely focused on accusing its bigger neighbour of occupying its land. Speaking on Sunday in his first formal address to the Federal Parliament of Nepal since becoming the country's youngest Prime Minister earlier this year, Shah 35 sparked anger among Nepali lawmakers with his comments.
Nearly 3 months after its debut, Apple's MacBook Neo is emerging as an early success story, helping the Cupertino company reach new customers and challenging long-held assumptions about who buys a Mac. Apple shipped 1 million MacBook Neo units in the quarter ended March, according to data from market intelligence provider IDC, shared with TechCrunch ahead of the recent MacBook Air M5 and MacBook Pro M5 launches. Those MacBooks shipped over 900,000 and 550,000 units, respectively, in their debut quarters.
Anthropic is expanding Project Glasswing, its joint industry initiative to find and fix critical software vulnerabilities using AI, to about 150 new organizations across more than 15 countries, the company said Tuesday. The news comes a day after Anthropic said it had filed confidentially for an initial public offering, at a nearly $1 trillion valuation.
On Tuesday, Elon Musk-owned social network X launched a new feature, React with Video, that aims to expand the types of commentary on the platform. The feature is being pitched as an alternative to the repost button, encouraging users not just to reshare or type their reaction via a quote post, but actually record a video response to posts. The feature is clearly targeting creators who often build their personal brands by commenting on others' content and sharing their own thoughts. X, in particular, could lend itself to news influencers looking to garner fame for their hot takes and reactions to current events or politics.
Meta is testing a new series feature for Reels that's designed to make it easier to keep up with serialized content on Instagram and Facebook, the company told TechCrunch. Select creators will now be able to create a series using their Reels, both new and old. Each Reel will become an episode in a bigger story with a dedicated hub on their profile, mirroring an experience that's already available on TikTok.
The global AI race is often framed as a battle between the United States and China. But at VivaTech, Europe is expected to make the case for an entirely different model. In recent years, Silicon Valley has pushed aggressively towards scale, speed, and market dominance. Europe, on the other hand, is providing a counterbalance, a vision for artificial intelligence centered on industrial competitiveness and technological sovereignty. Xiaomi has added AirDrop support to QuickShare on its HyperOS devices, allowing users to share photos and files with Apple devices more easily. The feature was announced through the Xiaomi HyperOS account on X, which said AirDrop is now available on QuickShare for file sharing with Apple devices.
Instagram says it has resolved an issue which saw hackers trick its AI support tool into giving them access to other users' accounts. According to claims shown in screenshots and videos shared on social media, Instagram's AI chatbot allowed users to hijack accounts in recent days. UK Athletics was fined £350,000 British pounds, $471,000, on Tuesday over the death of Abdullah Hayai, who was killed in 2017 while the Paralympic athlete was training in London. Hayai, from the United Arab Emirates, was preparing for the 2017 World Para Athletics Championships at the Newham Leisure Centre when a metal throwing cage fell on him.
Switzerland forward Briel Embolo has not travelled with the rest of the World Cup squad to the United States after his travel document was placed under review. The document, known as the Electronic System for Travel Authorization, ESTA, is an automated system that determines the eligibility of visitors to travel to the US under the Visa Waiver Program.
A Belgium-based NGO has called on Indian authorities to arrest an Israeli army reservist on holiday in northern India over his alleged role in Israel's genocidal war on Gaza. The Hind Rajab Foundation, HRF, filed a complaint Saturday with India's Police Service, Foreign Affairs Ministry and Bureau of Immigration of India to demand the immediate arrest of Aitan Gilboa, an Israeli citizen currently holidaying in Himachal Pradesh, according to an article published Tuesday on the NGO's website.
Blue Origin is planning to fly its New Glenn rocket again in 2026, despite last week's massive explosion, according to CEO Dave Limp. Limp said Monday that more of the launch pad's infrastructure was in good shape than expected following the explosion, which happened during testing at the company's site in Cape Canaveral, Florida. Limp also said that another previously flown New Glenn rocket booster that was at the launch complex, along with 3 of the rocket's upper stages, also looked good. Amazon's annual Prime Day event is taking place June 23 to 26, the company announced on Tuesday. This year, the e-commerce giant is holding the deals event earlier than usual, as Prime Day is typically held in July. Members can save on top brands, trending products, plus fresh groceries, summer essentials, and back-to-school must-haves, all with fast, free delivery, the company wrote in a blog post.
Canada continues to rely on its express entry system to attract skilled professionals and address ongoing labour shortages across key industries such as healthcare, technology and skilled trades. The system, managed by the Government of Canada, serves as a fast-track pathway for skilled workers seeking permanent residency. The World Health dramatically scaled back the number of suspected Ebola cases in Central Africa to 116, down from more than 900 previously, with 330 cases now confirmed. As of May 31, the WHO said 116 suspected cases of the deadly virus had been registered in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, down from 906 late last